let's get down to it. So apparently around 10:20, 10:30 a.m., I receive a message from Ringo. I receive a message from a lady around 10:35. Just about the same time, they sent me a message talking about there was an earthquake that I felt the earthquake. I did not feel the earthquake. I was out and about. There was a guy that said he kind of heard a rackle a little bit. All I could tell you is this, right? You got to understand that the seven levels of the fire, the brimstone, under the earth's core, right? There's a lot of lawlessness going on. There's a lot of lawlessness going on. There's a lot of things happening, particularly in New York City and New York, in various places such like the Jersey, Pennsylvania. It was in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine. And from what I heard, it was in Maryland too. From what I heard through Ringo's chat, it was in Maryland too. So it was in the DMV area. Like I stated last year, with the northern, with the fire, now the earthquake. Look, the northern states is decayed. Make no mistake about it. The northern states are decayed for the most part, right? At the same time, you can't be in fear. You can't be in fear. You had a lot of people panicking for the most part, and some people weren't panicking. They was doing what they needed to do, and we're not in control of what's going on. Now, I get it. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. At the same time, I mean, come on now. You have newscasters capping saying it was 4.7. It wasn't rattling from what the people was telling me. It was like a short, quick 30, 45 seconds, maybe a minute rattle. It wasn't a strong rattle like you see in California, like you see in Hawaii and places like that. I know the Bible says earthquake will happen in various places. True indeed. Do you know why it will happen in various places? Do you know who's in control of the earth for now? It's the wicked. The hands is given the earth, the wicked. So there's a lot of wicked things going on. And you got to also remember, New Breed stated that they're trying to do something to the portal. Remember CERN. See, people forgot about CERN. People forgot about CERN. There's a lot of things that they messing with that is going to ricochet, and Mother Nature has to clean the atmosphere. So whatever they're doing in New York or in these northern states, it's ricocheting right back on the planet. So that's why we had a warning earthquake. I would say also a warning earthquake, a warning. Next time it could be serious. Who knows? At the same time, people were like saying, "This is it. This is it. This is more connected to the April 8th thing." Listen, when April 8th come, like I said on New Breed's chat a few days ago, the shift is changing for the righteous. That's what's going on. The shift is changing for the righteous people, and the wicked people are going to dwindle little by little by little. This is why it's important for the righteous people to be on point with the Most High, so that you, your family, those that believe in the Most High, the transition of power is about to happen. That's what's going to happen. Ain't going to be no end of the world. The end of the world is for the wicked. The beginning thereof is for the righteous forever, ever, forever, ever. That's what's going on. To me, I look at April F as the power shift, that the Most High is going to give more to his people. And the Debo is not going to be able to give and attain the things he used to have because his time been up. This shift is happening. So with the earthquake, to me, with various things happening, the rain wasn't normal. A lot of things wasn't normal this past week. You got to remember, guys, I stated to you, the Lord is my witness. My hands are clean. The power shift is about to change for the righteous people. That's why all this stuff is coming out with Pastor Dow, all these other people, everything coming out, if you notice. So they want to throw a little distraction with the earthquake. You still got to remember the shift is about to change for those who deservingly is going to be in charge. That's going to be bosses. So that's how I look at the situation. Shift of power is changing. I mean, there's going to be many more earthquakes in the northern states. There's going to be a lot of things that such as never before happening on this planet. At the same time, you're right with the Most High. You believe you're doing what you got to do as a man, as a lady. Children follow and listen to their parents and do what they're supposed to do to the best of their ability. Hey, nothing is going to harm you. Nothing's going to come your way. It could be all catastrophe going on around you. In the book of Psalms, it say will not touch you. So it is what it is, y'all. People want my input on it. I'm just, letting y'all know, don't be afraid. Don't panic. We all right. All praise to the Most High. We all right. At the same time, those who are in fear, it's not right with the Most High. Those who's panicking and running, going crazy, they the ones in fear. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones in fear because they're not right with the Most High. They haven't repented. They're still doing a lot of iniquities. They're doing things they're not supposed to do. That's the ones who's getting scared. So without further ado, what we're going to do is play a couple of news clips. Let's see what they're talking about, okay? Let's do that. Let's get to it. Let's get to it right now. My mistake. Let's get to it. See what they're saying. The power shift is changing, y'all. The power shift is changing. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right, let's go to Fox News, see what they're talking about. Let's get to it. All right.
Adam Klotz is in the Weather Center. I believe that he might be able to join us. Adam, are you there?
Hey, guys. Yeah, I am here. I also didn't feel it. I feel like I was missing out on that. We do have a couple of graphics when these sort of things do happen. This is the location just outside of New York City. It's part of the Ramapo fault system. It's the longest crack in the Earth's surface on the eastern side of the country. And when earthquakes do happen, as we know, it's very rare. But this is it has typically been the spot that they have happened. This one was at our current look. Oh, getting ahead of myself here. Let me go back for you guys. At our current look, this one is a 4.7 magnitude, and it was located just half a mile down, which is incredibly shallow as far as these things go, which is why so many people felt it. Like you, I didn't feel it here in the building, but I have friends who've been texting far out into Brooklyn who felt this. Some folks up in Prince.
Yeah, Ringo talked about it on his live stream, what was going on. He talked about it, what was going on in his live stream about it. I don't believe it's a 4.7, 4.8 magnitude. I don't believe that.
In New Jersey also felt it. So it's really shallow. It's part of a fault system that is really long. It doesn't move very often, but when it does happen, this is typically where these happen here across the Northeast. And I do think that shallow nature is the reason that we've seen so many people reporting and texting and calling so far this morning.
Adam, I wanted to ask you about that a little bit more. So we were just talking about
You can see he's very nervous. He's very nervous. He's looking at his phone. He looks very nervous. He looks very sad. This is what I'm trying to show you. The power of the shift is about to change after April 8th for the righteous people. The power of shift is changing, y'all. They know it. You just have to read between the lines.
The earthquake in Japan was much deeper at 21 miles.
Taiwan.
I said Japan, sorry,
Okay.
in Taiwan, was 21 miles below. So this one you're saying is much more shallow, relatively speaking, and that's why people felt it?
Yeah, this one is incredibly shallow. The most of ones we get are closer to what you see there in Taiwan. This was really shallow. It's not a huge number, but for this part of the country, this is a big number. And it is the shallowness. Obviously, the closer you are to the surface, it takes a smaller shake for us all to notice it. And this is, from what it appears, at least in these initial reports, was a very shallow earthquake.
Yeah, Adam, thank you so much. Get back to work there. We'll get back to you momentarily. On the phone, John.
Notice his name is Adam. And no, I did not play this news clip. Notice they say his name is Adam. Go figure.
Abel, a professor and research scientist at the Weston Observatory. Sir, thank you for jumping on the phone. It's early in this story. Should people expect more tremors to follow, or how often do you get a one and done, sir?
For an earthquake this large, I would expect there to be aftershocks that would be felt by people living within few miles, perhaps a few tens of miles of the epicenter. If there are larger aftershocks, say magnitude 3 to 3.5, and under normal circumstances, 3.5 would be about the largest aftershock that we would expect.
Notice they have a coordination, Lebanon. You know what Lebanon is at, right? Y'all know what Lebanon is at. Come in the chat. What country is Lebanon in? They talking about Lebanon in New Jersey. We know there's a Lebanon elsewhere. Pay attention to the code, y'all. Pay attention to the code.
Expect to see with the most frequent aftershocks occurring within the next, say, 24 or 48 hours, but progressively
That gives you a clue of just what I just said. The power of the shift is about to happen. The righteous people, as time goes on, is going to be taken over, and things are going to be going back to what the Most High attained it to be, a new heaven and a new earth. The things we're going to have is better than the things that they are giving us as we currently see. Always remember, look at the big picture. The shift is changing to the power to the righteous.
Decaying number of aftershocks after that.
Okay, came in at 4.8, went to 4.7. Apparently it's gone back to 4.8. Is that normal?
Well, what happens is the very first number that comes out is an automated one from the computers, and then you want human beings to check them. And then what happens is within minutes or maybe 10 minutes or so after the earthquake, then we can do more sophisticated analyses and actually get the best estimate of the magnitude. So that's why you'll see the magnitude fluctuate around over the first maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes. But by about 30 minutes after the earthquake, we have a good number.
Wondering about what Adam Kloss was just telling us about in terms of he said the relative shallowness of this earthquake. Can you speak to that?
You see, they're doing a lot of talking. They're doing a lot of talking, and they know the shift is about to change. The question is the righteous people ready to be in charge, fully in charge, little by little, here and there? It's about to happen. The shift is about to change towards us.
Well, the earthquake, USGS has put it at 4.7 kilometers, which is about 2.8 miles or something down into the earth, and that's actually a pretty common focal depth for earthquakes here along the eastern seaboard. Somewhere between maybe the surface and 6 or 7 miles of depth is very common. So this is right in the middle of that. And the wide felt area is very common for earthquakes.
That's helpful information, John. Thank you so much.
Stand by, John. I'm Steve Doocy.
All right, that's about that. All right, let's see if we got anybody in the comment section. We got 7 people viewing, nobody saying anything in the comment section. All right, let's see if I find anything else that I need to see. Is there anything else I need to see? All right, they're going to show this earthquake doing live with the ladies. Let's check this out. Oh, yeah, we got to check this out. Oh, yeah. We got to definitely check this one out, y'all. There's no doubt about it. Let's see what happened when the ladies were talking. Oh, yeah, we're going to check this. Definitely check this one out. This is a must. All right, let's see what they said. All right, here we go. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
No, it's very cool.
Okay, so nothing to be expected, twists and turns.
Yeah.
I love that.
Feel like a true crime fan.
I am. Like, I don't want to be, but I'm halfway involved. It's very cool.
Okay, so nothing to be expected, twists and turns.
Yeah.
I love that.
Feel like a true crime fan.
I am. Like, I don't want to be because I feel like I'm halfway involved. It's very cool.
Okay, so nothing to be expected, twists and turns.
Yeah.
I love that.
Feel like a true crime fan.
Okay, so they turn it off. They ain't really show anything to make me see that it's a a quake caught capture. They're not showing it. They're just having a regular conversation and the thing cut off. I don't know. They ain't showing the rattle or anything that happened at the studio.
I am. Like, I don't want to be because I feel like I'm halfway involved. It's very cool.
Okay, so nothing to be expected. Twists and turns.
Yeah.
I love that.
Feel like a true crime fan?
I am. Like, I don't want to be because I feel like
Okay, so there's a lot of laughing and stuff going on. So I don't know. It ain't show me anything that it was a quake. Interesting. They just having a good laugh about some true crime story, and then it just shut off. That's not what I expected to see. Let's hear what this guy got to say. This Ibarasi. Here we go. Let's see what the Ibarasi has to say.
All morning they've been checking the city.
What the Ibarasi has to say. Let's see what the Ibarasis have to say.
Many structures throughout the city. Let's listen in as they begin.
Fabian Levy, Deputy Mayor for Communications for the City of New York. Earlier this morning, New York City and surrounding regions experienced a 4.8 magnitude earthquake.
That's not true.
While we are still assessing the impact of this incident, we currently do not have reports of major impacts at this time.
I heard 2.4, 2.5. I don't know about 4.8.
And make sure that New Yorkers were safe. We've brought together key leaders to provide people with more information about the earthquake and ongoing efforts. So we're joined today by Mayor Eric Adams, Chief Advisor to the Mayor Ingrid Lewis-Martin, Chief of Staff Camille Joseph Varlick, Emergency Management Commissioner Zach Iskel, Police Department Commissioner Edward Caban, and senior members of the NYPD leadership, FDNY Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh, Public Schools Chancellor David Banks, Department of Buildings Commissioner Jimmy Otto, Department of Sanitation Commissioner Jessica Tisch, Department of Transportation Commissioner Yadanis Rodriguez, Department of Environmental Protection Commissioner Ray Agarwal, Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs Commissioner Manny Castro, Housing Preservation and Development Commissioner Adolfo Carrion, Mayor's Office of Community Affairs Commissioner Fred Kreisman, New York City Health and Hospital Senior Vice President and Chief Quality Officer Dr. Eric Way.
Y'all see how all nervous they are? Y'all see how all nervous and all scared? They are in this bunker right now, this emergency bunker, and they all nervous. All nervous. The shift is about to change. They know it.
Executive VP of Operations Support Services Keith Grossman, MTA CEO Jano Lieber, Con Ed President Matt Ketchke. So first, I'd like to introduce Mayor Adams.
Here we go.
Thanks so much, Dean Levy, and I'm sure there are many questions that need to be answered. All of us felt in some way or another the earthquake.
No, y'all was in your bunkers. Y'all got wind of what's going on before the people knew what was going down. So stop the cap.
That hit our city around 10:23 a.m. We felt the impact of this 4.7 magnitude earthquake. The epicenter was in Lebanon, New Jersey, about 50 miles from New York City.
Lebanon, New Jersey. Keep that name in mind, y'all.
And as you know, this is a developing situation where you're always concerned about aftershocks.
Y'all do know there's a Lebanon in Israel, right? Y'all do know there's a Lebanon in Israel. All connected. I'm just saying, the Most High is about to make a shift happen. Keep that in mind.
An earthquake. But New Yorkers should go about their normal day. First responders are working to make sure the city's safe. And one thing we do so well in our city is bring together all of the agencies that are involved and our partners in other entities. Everything from the MTA to the Department of Buildings, the parents who are concerned about their school children. Chancellor Banks would be here to report on that. But we say over and over again, the safest place for our students, we believe, will continue to be in school. At this point, we do not have any reports of major impacts to our infrastructure or injuries. But of course, we're still assessing the situation and we'll continue to update the public. We're in touch with the White House, the governor's office, and local elected officials. And I encourage New Yorkers to check on their loved ones to make sure that they are fine, not only from the infrastructure damage, but this could be a traumatic moment for individuals going through an earthquake. And if you feel an aftershock, drop to the floor, cover your head and neck, and take cover under a solid piece of furniture next to an interior wall or in a doorway. And so I want to thank the emergency staff and first responders for their work to keep New Yorkers safe. Earthquakes don't happen every day in New York. So this can be extremely traumatic. The number of texts, calls, and inquiries that people sent out to not only our administration, but to family members checking on them. We know how this can impact you.
All right, we're going to end it with that. I heard enough from him. Listen to the righteous people. This is the Lord's doing, not my doing. Let me say this. The shift is about to change. And I will be on later on tonight to talk about the shift is about to change. All right? Why this is important, we have this conversation. You tune into Floridian Rollo Let's Go. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo Let's Go. I'll check it on within a couple of hours. Within 2 hours, I'll be back. Peace.